Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm back on the E36 project. So I'm down here at Paddock Motors in Exeter. We're giving the car a bit of an inspection. So like I said before in the first video, Mark here at Paddock Performance is going to be doing all the work to this car and getting it up to the standard that we want. So I've done some work for these guys before with some of their own customers' cars, and I've also done some work here with my customers' cars, been using some of their space that they've got here, which they've been kind enough to let to me. So yeah, I thought these are the best guys for anything BMW related in Exeter, so I brought it down to them. Mark's been kind enough to come in on a Saturday morning and inspect the car for me, see what's wrong with it, and then we're going to work out a bit of a plan from there. We've already been running through some ideas this morning of what we want to do with the project, where we want to go with it, what we want to do with the engine, the interior and all that sort of stuff. Mark's got some cool ideas as well, so it'll be interesting to see exactly what we got up to with this project over the next couple of months. So car's currently on the ramp, Mark's giving it a bit of a look over. I'll get Mark on the channel in a minute just so I can introduce him and he can talk a little bit about the car and then maybe a little bit about what he does as well. So yeah, let's go check out the car and see what's wrong with it. I've been using it a little bit here and there this week. I did have a bit of an accident in the ice one evening this week. Well, I was a bit all over the place and I caught some ice. I did lose it a bit and it did end up in a bit of a grass bank, which wasn't ideal, so probably done a little bit of bodywork damage on that. Hopefully nothing too mechanical, but there's a couple of issues with the car that I've noticed when driving around, some gearbox issues and just some bits inside. I mean, it's an old car, 28 years old, so it is going to have some problems. But let's go see what Mark thinks and let's see how long this list is, things that need to be done on this E36. Mark, welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming in on a Saturday and looking at the E36 project. So, pleasure. Got the car on the ramp now. Yep. I'm going to create a bit of a list and see what's wrong with it.
A little bit of a list.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully a little list, but I don't know. There's, like I said to you earlier, there's a few things that when I've been driving, I've noticed a few little issues, gearbox issues and stuff. So
sure. Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see what comes up. Obviously, it's an old car; it's going to have some problems. So hopefully, just not too many problems.
No, well,
So the plan is today to basically just see what's up with it, work out a bit of a plan on what we want to do, and then I suppose get cracking on and see what the next.
Make a plan.
Yeah, make a plan and go from there.
Yep.
We've been speaking off camera about like some of the engine-related parts that we want to do, and cosmetic bits that we want to do on it, and you've been chucking some ideas as well that I think I want to work with.
I think the important thing first is to get it roadworthy.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because I want to use it every now and then, so it'd be nice to get up to a point where I can just take it out when I need to, and then we can work out
and we'll
what
do
we want to do.
everything with a view to the fact that it's probably going to end up with some more power at the end of the day.
Yeah, it'd be interesting how much. So, quick one for those that don't know about Paddock Motors. How long have you been doing Paddock?
So yeah, we've started the business in 2006. Where most of us are ex-main dealer guys who thought we could do better.
Yeah,
and I think we've succeeded at that.
You've done quite well out of it. Yeah,
we've done all right. And
so this is your workshop here. We've got a few ramps and stuff. It was a bit bigger, wasn't it? But
yeah, we're losing a tiny bit of showroom space.
But still, got loads of.
That's not a problem because we've never done car sales with service and repair.
Yeah,
so.
and you've got enough to keep you busy as well, which is quite
Absolutely.
cool.
Yeah.
So I think let's have a look to see what's going on with this old E36.
Yeah. So you bought this a week ago. And,
yeah, literally a week ago. You come out to have a look.
I think what appealed to me about it was that the shell was basically solid.
Yeah.
Needs a little bit of cosmetic, but a solid E36 these days is a rare find. So
yeah, and it's been untouched. That's what I wanted with one of these old cars, like something that hasn't really been messed around with.
Mechanical stuff isn't an issue. We can cope with that as long as we got a solid basis.
Yeah.
That's the important thing.
Cool.
So yeah, if we start at the front and work our way back, it's probably the easiest thing.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I was saying off camera, well, I had a bit of an accident in the ice. There's some mud and stuff there, which is not ideal.
It's going from front wheel drive van to rear wheel drive car. Yeah.
Not used to it.
Yeah, so starting at the front, it looks like it's had a bit of maintenance recently. It's got new lower wishbones and what have you. I suspect the idea will be to uprate some of this stuff in the future, maybe go with solid bushes if you're doing a track-inspired car. Or even replace them with the genuine BMW bushes, which will give you an immediate better feel to the vehicle. Bit of an oil leak there, which we can sort out from the power steering. Looking at the brakes and what have you, the front brakes are in quite good condition. However, if we're going more power, then we'll probably uprate those at some point. But definitely something that you can roll with for the time being. Working towards the back of the car, the worst thing that found on the car so far, and the thing that's probably getting you all vibration from the transmission, is the totally obliterated front prop shaft coupling.
Right.
You see bits of strands of stuff hanging out, and it's all totally broken up. So that's probably an immediate thing.
Is it quite a big job?
No, it's not too bad, to be honest with you. And we can combine that with some other stuff that I found at the back as well. So
what's that? Is that why there's a bit of vibration coming from?
Definitely. So there's a rubber coupling between the gearbox and the prop shaft to absorb the vibration, and over a period of time they deteriorate. Probably a bit of an oil leak as well that's helped it to deteriorate, and so.
It's quite noticeable when you're going in the fifth gear.
That's an immediate thing. That's something we've got to do. The exhaust is non-genuine, which is a tiny bit of a shame. But if we're engine swapping anyway, then it's not too much of an issue, because that's probably going to be thrown away at some point. Definitely some evidence of your mishap.
Bloody hell, that woke me up a bit the other day, I'll tell you that.
And so going to the back of the car, the bushes, there's nothing really terrible, as in they've broken up totally. However, if we're going more power, then we'll uprate the bushes, which is going to probably involve dropping the subframe down. Dampers as well, they're starting to get a bit tired. The bump stops have broken up, so there again we'll probably replace them with uprated. And the metal brake pipes, as there again the metal brake pipes are starting to corrode. So when we've got the tank down, the prop and what have you, then we'll probably do those, do the prop shaft coupling, and anything else that comes to light when we've got it all down, just smarten it up. I think the best thing that you can do at present is probably get steam cleaner under here, because
give it all.
It's such a solid shell that it would be a shame to let the mud and what have you get stuck in there and create moisture traps. And
that's a good shout to fair. Do you reckon it's worth just giving it a really decent clean up?
Yeah, absolutely. Get it up on some axle stands and get under there with your pressure washer and get that done. But
what's the most common thing on these cars that normally you've got to look out for?
Rusty metal brake pipes, suspension bushes,
all look common.
And corrosion. Really, that's the worst thing. But this car is where they normally go in around the inner seals. Suspension mounts, that sort of thing, is so solid. So,
is it? Yeah, that's good then, really, isn't it?
That is a really nice thing to see, and a good basis for what you're.
Because that's what I was worried about when I was looking at obviously these projects, like ones that, the shells and that just buggered, aren't they? Some of them.
It's a real problem finding a nice one these days, or a solid one. There's some cosmetic stuff on the car that we'll
that's the thing with this car. No, it's not. It's like 30 years old and it's not going to be perfect, is it?
I think the idea is you're probably going to replace the bumpers with
100%. The M3 style. I really like that. I really like that.
And go M3 style all round.
I like that. I really like that.
Yep.
But so far so good.
That, it's very solid. All the stuff is relatively easily and cheaply done.
Yeah, fair.
And we'll do everything with a view to uprating the performance in the
100%.
future. And now all you've got to do is decide what you're going to do with the car.
100%. Yeah, 100%. So you think initially straight away we'll get that done?
I think the most important thing to do at this point is to get the prop shaft coupling done and maybe we'll drop the tank and
Yeah.
and just do the metal brake pipes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they're done.
Yeah,
we haven't
cool.
got to worry
Yeah,
about
that's
them.
fine.
And that'd be a good job done.
Cool. Happy days. Right, so that's the car now fully looked at by Mark, and actually a lot better than what I thought, which I'm quite happy about. So no gearbox issues, or that I thought it probably was. It's prop shaft, prop shaft coupling, which I pointed out earlier, and everything else is pretty sound. We're going to do that probably first, and then the brake.
Yeah, so we're going to do the prop shaft coupling, and while the prop shaft's down, we'll probably do the brake.
Do the rest of it. Yeah.
Because that's a relatively inexpensive job.
Yeah.
And then move on from there.
Yeah, cool. So I'm happy with that. I was expecting you to create a long list of things that were wrong with it, but luckily, I think it's a pretty good car. Obviously, it's been looked after.
It's a fairly simple car, and it's been well looked after at various points in its life.
Yeah,
so,
100%.
Yeah, good find.
Yeah, spot on. Cool. So I'll film as much as I possibly can on the next time we're doing it. Probably a couple of weeks' time. We'll look at doing a few bits. We're going to do it every other weekend, so I'm not in a rush to do this. And it'd be good to, like we said just then, spread the cost of everything over a long period and just see where we can go with it. So Mark, thanks for coming in on Saturday and checking the car.
Pleasure.
And yeah, we'll see you again in a couple of weeks when we do the next part.
Absolutely.
And I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.